Imagine a typical working day from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. You wake up at 6 a.m. to eat breakfast, prepare lunch, get ready, and then make your commute. Once at work, you spend 4 hours working, take an unpaid lunch, and finish the rest of your hours. After work, you spend an hour grocery shopping and arrive back home at 6:30. You put your groceries away and prepare dinner for yourself, eating by 7:05. After a half-hour meal, you do chores and finish by 8:35 p.m. You then wind down with a shower and your nighttime routine, then watch your favorite TV show until falling asleep by 10 p.m. Not all workers have this schedule. Some will work 50 plus hours a week, care for children, or attend school part-time. According to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, Better Life Index, full-time workers in the U.S. dedicate 14.6 hours on average to personal care, such as eating, bathing, and sleeping, and leisure, such as hobbies, socialization, and TV. In fact, the United States is ranked 29 out of 41 countries in terms of work-life balance, which there are consequences for. A poor work-life balance can negatively impact an employee's mental and physical health, often leading to burnout. A 2024 study by the Society of Human Resource Management on employee mental health found that 44% of 1,405 surveyed U.S. employees feel burnt out at work, 45% feel emotionally drained from the work, and 51% feel used up at the end of the workday. Burnt out employees are nearly 3 times more likely to seek new jobs and are significantly less likely to exceed at the work given to them. For employers, burnout is costly. The recruitment and onboarding process is time-consuming and expensive, and can sometimes take months to fill an empty position. So, by the time they hire a new employee, another 1 or 2 may have left, and they will need to start the same process all over again. Meanwhile, burnt-out employees can also affect their coworkers, who will have to cover their colleagues' missed shifts and pick up their tasks to meet deadlines. Implementing a 4-day work week could reduce employee burnout, increase productivity, and lower turnover rates. The 4-day week global aims to shift companies' focus from hours worked in a week to productivity. Their 180-100 principle ensures workers receive full pay and benefits for working only 80% of the usual hours, producing the same output. For example, employees will work 4 8-hour days instead of 5, while still earning a 40-hour paycheck with benefits. Alternatively, companies could shift to a work week that consists of 4 10-hour days. Over 3 years, 4-day week global has run trials in 8 countries, and their data shows positive impact on the employees and companies that took part. Companies saw a 30% increase in revenue over the previous year, a 40% decrease in employee resignations, and 63% of companies who participated found it easier to attract new employees. When it came to companies' employees, 64% of the companies reported a decrease in burnout, and 54% of them saw an increase in workability. A 4-day work week could also benefit the environment. A 2021 study commissioned by the 4-day week campaign showed that transitioning to a 4-day working week by 2025 could shrink the UK's annual carbon footprint by 127 metric tons of greenhouse gas emissions. This would be a 21% reduction in the UK's carbon footprint. Let's imagine if the US followed suit. Imagine it's Friday morning, and instead of waking up at 6 a.m. to prepare for work, you sleep in until 9 a.m. because you work a 4-day work week. This gives you time to catch up on chores, attend appointments, and run errands, freeing up your weekend for hobbies, socializing, and relaxation. As a result, you're happier, less stressed, and your mental health improves. You're also less burnt out and more engaged at work. Your company notices improvements too. Hiring becomes easier. Employee retention increases and sick leave usage decreases. These are all positive outcomes of a 4-day work week. However, if the work week remains unchanged, burnout and stress will continue to rise. Employees' mental health will worsen and they'll become disengaged. As a result, they'll be more likely to seek other opportunities while companies struggle to recruit and retain talent. A good work-life balance is essential for people's health, and implementing a 4-day work week can make a significant difference. Without it, the negative effects of burnout will continue to rise. If you're interested in implementing a 4-day work week, visit 4dayweek.com for guides on how to convince your boss to trial a 4-day week and how to involve co-workers in the process. Companies can also access courses, programs, and one-on-one consulting. We must advocate for a better work life, as we are the ones who bear the consequences of its absence. Thank you.